Check, check. Pause, time out. I just realized that I did not hit the mute button. So everything was muted. So if you guys couldn't hear me before, it's because it was my fault, not your fault. Let's rewind that a little bit, huh? Let's try that again. What is going on, guys, and welcome to another live stream here at Window Tinting Business. My name is Patrick, as always. Today's live stream, we're going to be talking about a couple different tools, and then we have the red line tool that we're going to be talking about, the new red line, and then we're also going to be talking about the scrub it tools. We're going to be checking out a quick video of those as well. Lastly, we are going to be talking about the Tint-off. I did have scores for the Tint-off. They sent them out last week, so we're going to be talking about that and then some. After that, we're going to also be doing some Q&A and just wrapping it up from there. Sorry about that that skip in the intro, but let's go ahead and finish off that intro. What is going on, guys? Welcome, 1,000 welcomes. Well, for those of you guys that were trying here, I'm a little hot here, so I want to make sure I'm not too loud in you guys' ear. There we go. For those of you guys that were trying to watch the live stream last week, I do apologize. YouTube was down. Ironically, they were down on my live stream night, of course. It only happened one other night too. Like a few months back, but that was a whole, like, they were having an incident in the West Coast, like one of their locations. So but that's all better now. We're just going to do a retake. This is what we were going to do last week, but we're going to talk about it this week. I know the Tint-off scores were a little not as fresh as they were last week, so but it is what it is. Again, I do apologize about the introduction and forgetting to turn the mic on, or the mic power on. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Let's go ahead and check and see who we have in the house. Jaybird in the house, as always. What's going on? Rod's Tint Shop, Window Tinting. Yo, 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 yo. What's up? Welcome, welcome. Discount Customs in the house. How's everyone doing tonight? We're doing really great. Doing really great. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Let's see here. Just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that's on right now. I don't exactly know how many people we have watching here. Let's take a look. It really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter, but I don't know, there's like 13, 15 people. I'm not 100% sure. Let me switch over here. And let's see here. I like to monitor that way as well. All right, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I did have my schedule, so I'm trying to really organize these live streams a little bit better than they were before. Like, I was kind of like off the cuff and just kind of doing whatever. Now I'm like 45 minutes to an hour. That's all I want. Oop, that was really loud. Sorry. That's all I want. That's all I want to be small and concise, and that's what we're gonna do. The problem is that I had my schedule around here somewhere, like broken down to the minute, and I don't know what I did with it. So I'm just going to kind of try to remember, and we'll kind of go from there. So before we get started, I do have to, we're going to talk a little bit about sponsors. This episode is sponsored in part, let me see, who is it? By Soak Shield. And for those of you guys that don't know, Soak Shield is the window tinting industry's first and original absorbent rope used for absorbing water running down behind the dash in a vehicle while installing film, helping to protect the electronics and other parts from water damage. For those of you guys that don't know, Soak Shield, this is the original microfiber braided rope right here. Make sure it says Soak Shield. Don't go for any knockoffs. There are some knockoffs out on the industry. I personally like the original stuff here, so make sure it is a Soak Shield. For more information on the product and how it works, you can check them out at www.soakshield.com. Make sure to check them out. And lastly here, this episode is also sponsored by CertifiedTinter.com. Certified Tinter is going to be your premier online training center. It is not launching just yet. It's going to be launching January 1st, and it's going to be myself, and Matt from Tint Stuff. Him and I are combining our forces together to be able to go ahead and put a online training source together online. We're going to be doing video libraries, and we're going to be doing how-tos. We're going to be doing live Q&As, live trainings, and a bunch of other really cool stuff. So so that's going to be really exciting as well. So make sure to check that out. Again, we're not going to be launching that until January 1st. So so now that I have that out of the way, let's switch back screens here. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and I forgot, we are going to be doing Q&A afterwards, but we're just going to wait until we get through everything first and foremost. So for those of you guys that do have questions now, it's okay. I'll go ahead and check it out. I'll go read through the chat and see if I can answer any of the questions that I do see. But if you did have questions, concerns, shout-outs, criticisms, go ahead and hit it up in the comment section. That way I can go ahead and read it, and we can go through those when that time comes. So let us see. Starting off with the Fusion 5 handle is the one that I like to use, the long handle, but we're not talking about that. We are talking about the red line. I wish I had a screwdriver that I could take this out so you can actually see it. Normally, you guys can see I have flipped the blade over already here, but this is the new red line extractor from Fusion. It is a phenomenal blade. I have been using this exact blade for probably about a month or so, since before the conference. I know that for sure. And I didn't want to use it because I wanted to use it for the first time at the conference. But it is just an awesome blade. Now I'm calling this the Blue Max Killer. I absolutely do love this. I was with Blue Max for the longest time, but I did notice that the quality of the Blue Max blade has been changing. Not really the color, and I actually have spoken to some people, and the color, I guess, really doesn't matter whether it's a richer, darker blue or lighter blue or whatever kind of different blue hue it is. But like the stamp, where it used to say Blue Max and used to be like all crisp and clean, it's kind of melted in there now, and it's like off center, and it looks generic now. So Fusion came out, and I've always liked Fusion. I was with the Orange Crush, and the Orange Crush was pretty awesome. The only thing was it was really soft. The durometer, I think they call it. It's durometer. It should be durometer. I'm gonna see if I can pull this out. I can. Yes. So yeah. So this is what it looks like right here. The red line extractor. This one's the 1/4 inch one, and then so as you can see right here, it says medium hard 6. That's the durometer. That's how hard it is. For those of you guys that use the Orange Crush is a 3, so this is twice as hard. And it says 1/4 right there because I believe there is it's 3/4, really thick boy. It's for security. And also, hold on, let me see here. On an unrelated note, for those of you guys that do security, check out this puppy. It's called the Stretcher. Or the Stretch, excuse me, Fusion Stretch. This is the 5, but this comes in a 5-inch. It also comes in an 8-inch. And then it also comes in the 1/4 inch here that holds these blades, or the 3/4 inch that holds the much thicker one. But this puppy is freaking phenomenal. If you guys do security film, I believe that this would definitely help. I work with a lot of guys that do a lot of flat and a lot of security, and they have like these retrofitted like handmade tools that they use, and it's one arm, and they're like, I know that they've been laying so much security film that they like their arms hurt and whatnot. So with 2 hands, you can get a really good leverage with 8mm. I don't personally do 8mm. I am going to be learning and working with 8mm a little bit more, but I cannot wait to try this. So if you guys have never seen it, this is a really cool tool. Anyways, I digress. Okay, coming back. Let's reel it back in here. Okay. Let's talk about the red line. Okay, so the red line comes in 2 different options. Okay, so this is the cropped. This is the crop, and this is the non-cropped. Okay, and then the bevel is what you see, I believe. And correct me if I'm wrong, everyone or anyone, but the bevel is just the angle at the end of the blade, and some of them are just straight no bevel. So it really just depends on what you like and prefer. But the good thing about the square beveled one, as you can see, is that it is 2-sided, which is really awesome. So you put it in one side and you use that edge, and then when it's done, instead of buying a new blade or ordering new blades or fixing a new one, Just take it out and flip it, and now you got a fresh blade, ready to rock. So I like this one over this one just because I can switch out a blade really easily. And I don't know, I don't know if I'm a big fan of like the cropped out version. I don't know, maybe, who knows? I'll try it. I haven't really actually tried this one because I just used this one and I love this one. So, but yeah, the red line is a really, really awesome blade. Let me tell you, when I've been running with the Blue Max for forever, since I started. But the Clear Max, I started with Clear Maxes at first just because I wanted to be able to, they're a little softer, so they wrap around defroster lines a little bit better. But I don't know if you've seen the price on a Clear Max lately. It's like $12, $13, $14, which is all right. But I don't know. So I just started using the Blue Max, which is a little bit cheaper. I think the Blue Max is like $12 now, 11 or $12. So it's really comparable to, the price points are really comparable. If you buy like 2 Blue Maxes, like you get like almost the same thing as the red line. But what I really like about it is that I know the guys from Fusion with Nick and Jordan over there from Fusion. They're really, really awesome people, and they really care about the industry. They're very involved in the industry, and I just personally I like sending my money to people like that. Like I don't know anyone from Blue Max. No one from Blue Max has ever called me up and said, "Hey, how do you like the blades? How do you like your tools?" Blah blah blah. No, not even like thank you for like buying our tools or nothing. Not that I want that, but like I have no clue where my money's going. And I'd rather have my money going to someone else in the industry that I know and that I know like really gives back and really cares about the industry. So I know that they were running out, or they ran out just after the conference. But check with your suppliers, check with your distributors, and see if they have the red line in yet. You gotta try it out. One of the best things about the blades from Fusion is that they have this like Teflon coating, or it's the Teflon's like made in with it. I don't actually know the manufacturing process, but this thing is slick. When I mean like physically, not like in slang, but like I don't even have to wet the glass. And this thing just slides, and it's so smooth, so smooth. Try it out. You're going to like it. It's my my tool of choice for blades for sure. I'll be switching over to those and sticking with those. So that is that on the red line. So if you guys have any questions, check them out. I think I'm like the worst guy. Hold on. I'm like the worst person. What's the email address here? What email? FusionTinttools.com. FusionTintTools.com for more information. Go ahead and check them out. All right. Next up, let us talk about the scrubbits. Sorry, this one looks a little weird because normally this back here is a green screen, and I usually just like I would normally put something else up, but this is actually kind of green, so it's called chroma keying. It's called chroma keying, so it's kind of picking up the green and trying to block it out, so that's why it looks so weird. But these are the scrubbits, and actually I'm holding it wrong. It's held like this. This is a really, really, really cool new tool. And I did a quick video about it, just comparing this tool versus, I used to use the scrubber, which is the gray extension tool with the little scrub pad on there. This one is definitely different and so much faster. Let's go ahead and switch over to that video here. I'm going to go ahead and share a video. And yeah, hopefully this isn't going to blow your eardrums out, because for some reason every time I try to play a video, like this volume is very loud. So fair warning, this could blow your eardrums out. Let's see. Here we go. Hey guys, Patrick here with Window Tinting Business, and today we're going to be checking out the new Scrub-It tool. We're going to check and see how fast or how much faster it is to clean a window using this tool versus my standard reach tool that I would normally use. So first one is going to be with the reach tool, second one is going to go ahead and be with the Scrub-It. We're going to go ahead and time it and see how good it goes. All right, wet it down, and first the scrubber, and I'm going to start now. see if you can see this. It took me 51 seconds, a little over 51 seconds to clean this whole window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reset this. I'm going to squeegee down this window, and then I'm going to do it again with the scrubber, see what the time difference is. All right, let's go ahead and wet it down again. Now I got the scrubber with the brown pad. The brown pad is the All right, so 2 times. Not only was I not sharing the video with you, but I didn't even like put my mic on. Wow, Jaybird, thanks for saying video. Wow, wow. Okay, let's try that one more time. I know you guys could hear it, but I'm sure you guys couldn't see it. So let's kind of rewind a little bit. Sorry. And let's go now. And let me know in the comments below if you cannot hear it or if it's blowing your eardrums out, and we'll kind of go from there. But now you should be seeing this video, and here we go. Hey guys, Patrick here with Window Tinting Business, and today we're going to be checking out the new Scrub It tool. We're going to check and see how fast or how much faster it is to clean a window using this tool versus my standard reach tool that I would normally use. So first one is going to be with the reach tool, second one is going to go ahead and be with the Scrub It, and we're going to go ahead and time it and see how good it goes. All right, wet it down, and first the scrubber, and I'm going to start now. Stop. All right. See if you can see this. It took me 51 seconds, a little over 51 seconds to clean this whole window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reset this. I'm going to squeegee down this window, and then I'm going to do it again with the scrubber, see what the time difference is. All right, let's go ahead and wet it down again. Now I got the scrubber with the brown pad. The brown pad is the one that you're just doing normal cleans with. So, and go. And stop. Okay, so that was about 31 seconds, a little over 31 seconds. And if you noticed, I actually scrubbed everything and then scrubbed everything again. So I probably could have been done in maybe half the time, or at least test shaved them, maybe got down to 20 seconds or something like that. Either way, 50 seconds, 20 seconds. 20 seconds obviously is quicker than 50 seconds, but just by sheer size, because I just keep the scrub whatever's on the scrubber versus the Scrub It. And I mean, just because it's so much bigger and you get such good leverage with this that that you can just clean faster, and it is a good quality clean. I did get caught up right here a little bit with the dash towel because this is Velcro, but as long as you just kind of keep your knuckles over that, you shouldn't have a problem at all. But yeah, that's the difference between the scrubber and the Scrub It. So yeah. All right, guys, I am back. Let me switch back over here. Hopefully there's no transition, no intro. Bam, let's switch back over here. There we go. So that was the quick video I did. Thank you very much for you guys. Sorry again about the technical difficulties. Clearly, I have no like sound engineer or a producer or anyone else. It's just me, and I control it all. Volume, everything. So you got to kind of bear with me. But yeah, that was a quick video that I did, and nothing special. Like I literally chopped up and edited that video probably 10 minutes before this live stream started, because I wanted to put that video up just to kind of show you. But yeah, let's talk about the Scrub It for a minute. I think that the Scrub It is an awesome tool, kind of a game changer. I've been using the Scrub It. I was kind of like a little intimidated at first, because I kind of like my own stuff. Like when I have my own ways, like I'm kind of set in my own ways, and I will try other tools. And even if I know, I have to tell myself like this is a better product, it's much faster, it's much better. Sometimes it takes me a little bit to kind of switch over, but now that I have switched over, before I used to grab the scrub. It is the gray tool that you saw me in that video have. But again, the scrub pad is about 1.5 inches by 3 inches maybe, and this thing is monstrous. That's like 6 inches by 4 inches or 7 inches by 5 inches. It's pretty good. I mean, look how massive that thing is. So you can just let's get back to focus. There we go. So you can just clean a back window and a front window way faster with this, and way better. And you do have a lot of leverage. Like I noticed that with the reacher tool with the gray handle, like I have to literally bend it, because I need to put pressure on the glass to make sure that I am cleaning that glass correctly, either around the defroster lines or in the glass itself. But with this, I mean, just the sheer weight of your hand, and you'd think like there's more pressure here where your knuckles would be versus out here, but no, there's like even pressure all the way around this thing, which is really, really phenomenal. So now when I'm installing back windows, front windshields, that I'll take my Scrub It. Now I still use the scrubber. This is the Scrub It again, and I don't know if I mentioned this. And let me switch over to the blue one here. The Scrub It is a tool from Tri-Edge, by Tri-Edge. So the guys over at Tri-Edge sent these over. So thanks again about that. So they did go ahead and send these over. I did get these at the conference, which is really awesome. So Jay, thanks from Tri-Edge. Thank you again. Appreciate it. But yeah, these are phenomenal tools that are going to be releasing very soon. Very soon. I think there's only about one supplier. I'd have to triple check. And I think I let it slip I think I let it slip like 2 live streams ago, but I don't think I'm allowed to say who the supplier is. Just if you're part of the Facebook group, if you're not part of the Facebook group, get on that puppy real quick, because we got a lot of people. We got about 3,100 members as of right now, which is really awesome. So, and you can be able to talk to everyone, and I communicate a lot more on there. The communication portion is easier to get me on Facebook, because YouTube's I mean, you can comment and stuff, and then I do run through those like every 2 weeks or a month or something like that, and answer everyone's questions and stuff. But it's easier to get me on Facebook. So if you're not on that, get on that. Window Tinting Business, the group. Go ahead and check us out. What was I saying? I digress. What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, okay. So let's talk a little bit about what the difference is between these two. So there is 2 main ones, right? Now the color, one is blue and one is green. This is green, sorry, chroma key. Look it up if you don't know what that means. But the color of the actual holder is irrelevant. But the difference is, there are differences in regards to the different types of scrub pads. This scrub pad, the brown scrub pad, is for your everyday normal installation. No glue, no removal, just a standard cleaning window. That's what this one's for. And these are a little bit more aggressive than the white scrub pads, but they do not like score the glass. Okay. And the blue one's really nice, because the blue one is for removal. So if you have a lot of adhesive, and you need a much stronger, much more aggressive score pad. This one, I mean, not score pad, scrub pad, then the blue one is where you want to go. And I personally use this. I personally use this today even, and yeah, as long as you're using like a pretty good and strong, I like to use like, I try to stay away from mean green. Mean green's like super aggressive. If you guys don't know what mean green is, you can get it at like a dollar store. You can get like a gallon of it for like $5. It's like it'll eat through my arm. Like it's really, really strong stuff. I usually use that, or I'll use like Purple Power. I've been starting to use Purple Power a lot. Don't spray Purple Power on the glass and then put it outside. That will etch the glass. Show. But those are the types of things I've been using, and then I was using this. Quick side note, if you are doing removals and you are like spraying, like I use a full-on respirator mask, like so that I don't have to breathe this stuff, like the chemicals and stuff in. So I'm in the car and I'm breathing it and I'm spraying the back window and whatnot because I'm going to be cleaning it. I totally forgot. Quick tip. If you don't wear hats or if you don't wear wraps or something and your hair is just exposed like I am in that video, hold on. This right here, because this was like 2 days ago, so this was me, right? I didn't even think about it, and like the stuff like got into my hair because it was a pretty nasty R&R that I was doing the other day, and got into my hair, which is not a problem. The problem is when I got into the shower, I just like stick my head underneath the thing and like the water just running down my face and whatnot, and I totally forgot like all those chemicals are in your hair, and then it runs down your face and into your eyes, and then it burns your eyes, and you want to like rip your eyeballs out. It's the most painful. So yeah, if you're using chemicals like that, make sure like put your head back in the shower and make sure the water doesn't like run down your face. Like make sure it runs back here, not in your face. It'll save you, because that burns. It hurts. Hurts something fierce. Okay, but let me see here. Let me get rid of that. Let me add something here. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to try to see if I can. I hope I don't like bring my computer down. What I'm doing right now is I'm going online and I'm seeing if I can find the their website. Why can't I find it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so let me switch over here. Bam. So this one happens to be at 44 tools, but looks like the blue scrub it right here and the green scrub it, they're running for $16.44 a pop, and it looks like they're out of stock right now. So yeah, they've been either they're out of stock because they're revving up to get their inventory in, or they just ran out because they sold like hotcakes. It's one or the other. Same thing with the red line, but the red line I know they went out and then like everyone just bought them. So yes, check them out. Check out your local distributor. Ask about the scrub it. If they like it, then if they have it, awesome. Buy a bunch. And if they don't have it, tell them to get it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up with the scrub it here. We are going to be doing another tool. Let me make sure. Let me see if I can grab here. Hold on. What did I do with that thing? Here it is. All right, next week we are going to be talking about the reach tool. Some people love this, some people hate it. I personally was not a very big fan of it. It's another tool by Tri-Edge, but the trick is if you know how to use this right, it is an awesome tool. It's probably going to be the only squeegee you need, and I'm going to be doing a video and showing you guys next week. So just a little sneak peek of what we're going to be talking about next week. The reach. All right. Last but not least, let's talk about the Tint-off and some scores and different things of that nature. Let's see here. Can you replace scrubby pads with, how much are they? The scrubby pads. Jaybird, let me check and see. I love the questions. I haven't even been looking at the things. Ooh. Let me see. It looks like what I can see from here. Let me see. Shoot back over here. It looks like this is the replacement pad. $944. So a little bit more pricey than the white pads. Look, the basic scrub at okay, 944. They're both 944. So they're a bit more, a lot bit more, but they're completely different. The white pads are like and the blue and the brown pads are like super aggressive. Like not aggressive, so aggressive that it'll scratch the glass, but just aggressive enough, and they're so big. You know, it is a new tool. I don't know if the price will go down a little bit. Probably not, but it is an awesome tool. Time is money. It's better quality, I believe, and you do go a little bit faster. So that is that. Hope it answered your question, Jay Bird. And let me see. Teasing for next week. But if you really wanted to, you could probably, Jaybird, if you really wanted to, instead of getting I think the basic scrub pad, there's $1 for this one. You can cut that out of this if you really wanted to. I mean, it's not going to be the same, but just buy it, try it out. You'll love it. I love it. I'll buy these for sure, absolutely, because it's just a much better clean. I know it's a little bit more money, but it is what it is. Cost of doing business, my opinion. Let me see here. Let me see. All right, last but not least. Oh my Lana, it's 8:10 already. 10:08 already. God, we've been on here for almost 40 minutes. We're doing good. Okay, last but not least, we're gonna be talking about. Let's see. What are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about scores. So I got the scores. They printed out the scores, and not I printed out the scores. They sent the scores to the competitors, and so this is the Tint-off scores. And let me see actually if I can pull up the scores here for you, just so you guys can see what I'm looking at. I put a photo up of it. Hold on, let me make sure I turn off the volume here. I'm going to put a picture up here so you guys can see what I'm looking at, and while we talk about it. Ah, perfect. And here we go. Pink. Boom. There we go. Hopefully this is a little bit better. Okay, so this is the competitor scores, and these are actually the sheets that I am looking at right now, with the exception of me scratching out because I was trying to figure out all these numbers. So they send all these numbers that they don't have, like competitor 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't have names. So I'm going to be talking because they don't have names. I'm not going to be outing anyone. But there are some people the guys who did dead last. They probably shouldn't have even been in there. So it is what it is. Sorry. That's reality here. So let's take a look at this first one here. This is the competitor scores, and you can see that you're going to see 1 through 96 right here. So there was 96 registered competitors, and then you see another 1 through 12. That 1 through 12 were the finalists, as you can see, the 12 finalists from the first heat, and that was the finals. Just to be clear. And let's talk about this a little bit. There were 12 finalists, 12 cars, so they usually take either the top 10% or the top 12 because there's only 12 cars. So that's where they come out with that. Now there are 12 cars, and the first heat you're either working the front window or of the driver or the passenger side, either which way. It really just depends on what you pull. And so every heat there's going to be 24, obviously. So there's 12 cars, a driver and a passenger, so there's 2 tinters per car, which means there's 24 cars. So if we look in the first 24, it looks like there was only 2 finalists that made it into the finals. In my opinion, I always thought like maybe heat 2 or heat 3, because there's usually 4 heats. Heat 2 or heat 3 is always the better of the 2 heats. In my opinion, like first heat, like you really can't go first heat because the judges need to leave room for like people that are better. They can't like make all 12 people from the finals like in there, because there needs to be room for better people. So the 2 and 3 are like the very best heats, because that's where you really get the finalists out of. And the 4th heat, it's kind of like you have to be like really, really awesome, because they basically picked everyone by that point, or at least 75 to 80%. So that's what I always thought. So kind of let's take a look at it here. 1 through 24, there was 2 finalists. So second heat would be 25 to 48. And it looks like there was 3 finalists in there. Now, what is 24 plus 48? What is that? 72. So 72. So 49 through 72. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 finalists there. Okay, so it looks like first heat, there was 2 people that made it to the final. Second heat, 3 people. Third heat, 4 people. And then the last heat was 3 people. And it looks like almost one of the very dead last competitors almost made it in there. So whoever 94 was, he was probably pretty solid. It's probably pretty solid. Everyone, all the finalists are pretty solid. Just so you know, so it looks like, from what I can see here, it looks like the best odds for this time, this competition, was heat number 3. I never did this last year. And they don't really give, this is what they send out, and that's it. This is all you get, like me right here, all that right there. That's all you get. So you don't know competitors. And just so you guys know, I was 42. Not a finalist, unfortunately. I had a finger pop up right afterwards. I still did pretty solid. I think I got a 196, 190. What did I get? Where's 42? Where am I? Hold on, let me look over here. 42. I have the score sheets in front of me. What did I get? Durr. I got a 204. No, I'm not 42. Am I 42? Maybe I was 24. Now I can't remember, because I don't think I did that good. I was 44, not 42. That's what it was. I was 44, not 42. So it was my score was 195. It's right here. Right there. 195. So that's not too bad, considering the lowest score that the finalists made was 206. So what's that? 11 points off? That's all right. I had a finger pop up. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. I didn't really think about it, and it was just something that just happens. So unfortunately, it wasn't my year. But yeah, so that's the first sheet right there, and let's go ahead and scoot on this way. These were the scores. So as you can see, top score was 212, and there was 2 people that got 212. That's the highest ranking score that they had. Worst score was 113. Now you might ask yourself, how does the finalists, the best 2 people, like almost beat them by like 100 points, 99 points? And I guess because part of the judging, and this is why it takes so long sometimes, it could take up to 2 hours for the judging to be like done per heat. It's kind of crazy. Is that like if I guess before, like if you didn't finish, then they just didn't judge you, because clearly you're not making it into the finals. But I guess tinters are whiny little babies, and they're like, oh, I want to know my score. So then they have to score everyone now. So it doesn't matter. Like if you cut out your window, but you don't stick anything on there, they still got to score you, which is like, it's all right. I think it's a waste of time, but that's why that they have scores all the way down to 113. So the lowest score was a 106, and as you can see right here, there was someone that scored a 106. Whoever was 73 scored a 106, but they must have been beat out by time. The only time time is a factor is if there's any ties. So looks like there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different people. There was 5-way ties, 6-way ties. So I didn't think that like ties were really that crazy. Like, so I didn't really think about the time. Last year I cranked it out in like 8 minutes. I left everything a mess. Like my toolbox was a mess. I had stuff on my tables and blah, blah, blah. It was not good, but my window was solid. This year it was like kind of different. Like the window was not as solid because I obviously a finger popped up afterwards, but my tools were clean. Everything was put away and everything was super nice, but I used almost all the time that was allotted. So what I learned from that, the first year I went too quickly. Got to look and check everything. This year I kind of went too slow, I guess you could say. I didn't leave myself enough room. If I would learn anything from the last 2 years competing in this, would be that I would probably want to be done, because you get 20 minutes for the window. I would probably want to be done by 15 minutes. Like my fastest, I could probably crank it out in about 7 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes. But you'd probably want to be around 15 minutes, because that's going to give you an extra 5 minutes to not touch the window, clean up your area, clean up the window, slam the door a couple times, get the water off the sides, double check everything. And then that gives the door about 5 minutes to kind of settle, see if there's anything that might pop up, if they do pop up, which they shouldn't, but it happens. And then that way, and I would also suggest to wear a watch. They said don't wear watch. You won't need a watch. The proctors will tell you. You yell time, and the proctors will tell you the time and how much you have time left. So I was gonna wear a watch that had a timer on it, so I could just check and see myself. And I was like, I know, I trust them. Well, I asked the proctor how much time, and I said time, and time means how much time is left. Well, the lady told me, she's like, if you're done, come stand here. I'm like, oh, well, okay, I guess we're done. So I start walking over there, and then the proctor tells me that I got 42 seconds left. I'm like, really? I was asking how much time I had left. That granted is 42 seconds, but I don't know, maybe 42 seconds could have been the difference. Maybe I could have, in 30 seconds, I could have heated up that piece of glass, pushed that finger down, it would never popped up, and maybe I could have been into the finals. Who knows? But yeah, so if I have a 1-inch finger or a 1/2-inch finger and I still got a 195, I'd say that's pretty good. I might have maybe squeaked by into the finals. Maybe. So time is a factor. Better to keep the glass clean and perfect, do the install perfect, and take longer than obviously to go faster and not have a perfect window. So perfect window trumps time. But if you can do a perfect window in a short amount of time, that would be the best bet, I would say. And the last page here, what I was going to be looking at here, is the rankings. So these are the rankings for this. So within the top 12, you can see 11th and 12th place. They both got the same exact scores. Now, excuse me here, because they only email out the scores. Okay, so the only difference, the true way I can find out the rankings, the real rankings, like it says I'm tied for 23rd place. Like there's a 5-way tie for 23rd. But in actuality, because there's all these other people, that look, there's for 22nd place, there's 3-way tie. 21st place, there was a 2-way tie. So realistically, in real life, like I would have ranked anywhere between, I think, 52 and 57. 52 and 57, because they had all these people above me, and it's hard to tell where if I was 52nd or 57th, because there was 5 people that ranked within my within the same score that I had, and I have no idea who was faster because they don't release that information. I wish they did release that information, because even then, like all this information here, this is all they send you. So from all this, you have to devise what the scores were, where they landed, how many other people got that score, who was in the finals, and then determine a ranking system from there: first place, second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place. So if I could find the times, this would be a lot more specific. 46th place, sorry bro, sorry. But let's see here. Look, this is why quality and time is important, because like 1 through 12, the finalists, and like look, there was even a two-way tie for 11th and 12th place, really. But like look at the 14th place, the 13th place. There's a six-way tie. The next place, a five-way tie, and the next is one, and then another six-way tie. So time could definitely be a plus for you. So I'd probably say get the window as perfectly as you can and do it in 15 minutes. I think that's going to be the best bet. And from what else I've learned from this, also try to be in the third heat. Yeah, the third heat. Morning heats are okay, but like, you know, people party. People see other guys, like tenders that get together, like they all party together. They go out and you go drinking until 3 a.m. So then if you got to wake up at 9:30 to go compete, you're like, oh, right? But and if you're in the afternoon, even if you were drinking or if you were out, maybe the judges were out drinking. Who knows? And maybe they were just tired at 9:30 and they're like, all right, let's get through this. You know, who knows? I don't know. I'm not saying anything bad, obviously, because I know some of the judges there, but I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying, you know, you got to go with the statistics in what's best for you, I think. What else did we learn from this? I did hear, good news. Let me go ahead and switch this over here. I did hear that they're going to be having the next year's Tint-off in Vegas. Oh, what a blasty blast. It's going to be fun. Like this year was fun in San Antonio. We were running around on these Lime scooters. If you guys don't know, apparently they have them in LA and major cities. I live in Tampa and I've never seen these before. And well, they might be in there. I never really go downtown Tampa. That would make sense. Anyways, yeah, we had fun on these silly little scooters that like you get an app and then you can release them and then you can go anywhere in the city. $1 to release them and it's like 15 cents a minute or something like that. It was ridiculous. That's all we went around all weekend long. Side note, there was a finalist in auto division. He broke his jaw. Face was all kinds of swollen. Dude is a beast. I forget his name, but dude is a beast. And he competed in the finals in the auto division with his jaw wired shut. That's bad. Someone else broke a hairline fracture on their collarbone. And then I heard, and then these are two people that I know for sure, but there was a third person I heard that broke their leg. Whoa, that's the travesty. That wasn't that, and that was just scooters and people going out drinking. Next year is gonna be a train wreck because you're gonna have Vegas. Apparently, there's pots legal in Vegas now. Obviously, you can drink anywhere. Gambling is phenomenal. So I'm gonna definitely be going. If you guys want to sponsor me, just contact me, windowtintingbusiness@gmail.com. We'll talk about sponsorships and whatnot, but I'm going to need some serious packaging. No, I'm just kidding. And if you guys are going, I don't know what I don't know what hotel we're going to be at. I don't know if it's going to be Fremont Street or whatever, but definitely you'll find me at a cash table, poker cash table. So if you want to play poker with me, you can come do that. I'll let you guys know I'm going to be playing. Let's see here. Let's see anything else. That pretty much wraps it up. We went over the red line, the new tool from Fusion again. We went over the Scrub It, the new scrub pad. And then we went over the score sheets for the competition. I think this was like a really productive live stream. Like normally we're like, just kind of shooting from the hip, like trying to find fillers. Like, look, we've been on for almost an hour and I just now stopped talking, which is kind of awesome. Awesome. Guys, I hope this was helpful. We are going to be switching over into the Q&A section for those of you guys who have been waiting. Thank you very much. Patience. Let's do this right here. Bam, switch it over a little bit. Oh, let me sit over this way a little bit. There we go. And let me go ahead and run through these ones here. Now is the time. I'm not going to be on too long. Like I said, I'm trying to get on for an hour, but that's only like 5 minutes. So let's do like 10 to 15 minutes of Q&A. If it starts drying up, then that's kind of it. Then I'll go ahead and just call it at that. But let's see. I don't even know how many people are watching. We got about 15 people. That's what's up. All right, good. Got 15 people watching right now. So thank you very much for you guys that have been watching. Now we're going to go ahead and do the Q&A section. I feel like I have to move over. I do have to move over. I'm off camera a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull up the Q&A. Now is the time if you guys have questions, whether about it's the red line, the tint off, scrub it's, window tint related. Of course, as always, don't give me questions about which films you like to choose because I don't want to answer those because I don't use all the films. If you had questions regards, if your question is what film should I use or which film is the best, there's many good manufacturers out there. Ask around, get samples, see which one's the best price for you, which one works well for you, which one has the shades you need, and go with them. That's all I can say to you. So let's see here. Discount Custom, what's up, everybody? Hey, hey. Patrick, what's up, brother? Jaybird, thank you very much. You're in here again. Julian, hey, hey, I did not miss you. Sorry, I was doing the spiel thing. We're moving the Q&As to the very end. So, Julian, welcome, and I hope you're still here. I don't know if you are or not. Let me see here. Just going to go through some questions here. I see. We didn't see video. We just seen you watch it. Jaybird. Yeah, for those of you guys that weren't watching earlier, I shared a video, but I didn't share it. I was watching it on my screen, and I did not share it on this screen. So that was kind of funny. Sorry. But we're getting better here. We're getting better. Mike Powell says, is the video good, bro? You're amazing. You're amazing. Hey, look this way. Oh, yes, because I was watching it here and not here. Like watching video over the radio. Oh, my Lana. These are hilarious. Oh, you guys are funny. Oh, struggle. The struggle is real. Sorry about that, guys. Why is message retracted? Why is this message retracted? Mike Powell said something. Nice video. Oh, thank you. Jaybird, where do I buy them? You can buy them over at Film Slingers. I believe it's Film Slingers. I think you can get them there. If not, 44 Tools. Yeah, either which way. Let me see here. Are you being honest? Honest hint. Let me see. The scrub it works really well. Oh, honest hint. Oh, see, Jaybird, I was a little confused as to what. I'm reading all the comments from before, so I'm going to get to everyone's questions. Let's see here. Honest hint says that the scrub it works really well. Good, good, good. Honest hint, I hope you caught that portion where I haven't talked about the Tint-off scores yet. Sean, what's going on? How's it going? Hey, hey. Mike Powell and Jaybird, I see that it says message retracted. Is that you guys doing that? Are you guys deleting those messages? Or is YouTube deleting that? I just want to make sure if it's YouTube, I want to make sure that like I can change some settings because you guys are always welcome. Honest Tint, I guess was a competitor there, so welcome. Good. I hope you did well, Honest Tint. I hope you did well. The Purple Platypus podcast. I need to move to Vegas all of a sudden. Yes, that's what's up. Jay Wise, $100 slots. Ooh, I don't play slots. I don't gamble. I'm not a gambler. Like, I'll play roulette if I want to dump money, but like I love poker, hold'em poker with other people. That's the best. That's the best. Let's see here. Jaybird asks, what do you do for shifting windows? Always end on the up. That's what I always say. So when you're rolling the window down, the window's going to come down, right? As it's going down, usually that's when the window shifts. You don't see it in newer cars, but older cars, they do shift. And these new cars that are built now, like let's say 2017, 18, would they shift in 10 years? I don't know. Maybe. I haven't been there, so I don't know. So as you roll down, that's usually when the window shifts. So I always say finish on the up. So roll the window down. Like let's say you like to leave an inch if you're going to be top loading or bottom loading. Let's say you like to leave an inch. You got to go down past an inch and come back up and stop it on the way up. Stop it, because on the way up, the glass shifts back where it's supposed to be, and then tint it. Just be careful, because I have seen it, and I've done it myself, where as I end on the up and I'm installing it, I shift the glass by accident. So kind of be weary about that. And if you tint it on, if you stop it on the way up and then you install your film, you should avoid any light gaps. And if you do do notice the glass does shift a little bit, maybe cut it a little bit wider. You know, instead of a quarter of an inch or an eighth of an inch on each side, maybe give it a little bit more, just a hair more. Vic P. He says, hey, what's up? Have you ever installed new tint over already tinted rear windshield that has bubbles? So new tint on top of bubbled up tint. No, no, I have not done that. That sounds horrible. Don't do that. Don't do that, because people are going to think your tint is the one that bubbled. I have had people ask me if they can tint over the existing tint or the old tint, especially if like the tint like faded to clear and it's literally it looks clear and it's just film on there. I do that if someone asks, because basically they really just don't want to pay for the removal, because I charge a lot for removals. $150 if the car is 1 to 5 years old, 6 to 10 years old is $300, and 11 plus years I charge $450. I do that because I don't want to remove film that's over 10 years old. And if you're gonna do it and you really want to do it and you're gonna pay me for it, then it's worth my time at that point. But like I said, it's like one of my tricks. I don't tell people no. I just charge them so much crazy money that I know they're gonna tell me no. And if they happen to say yes because they're a loony person, then I'll take that cash. That's what's up. So yeah. But yeah, no, I've never tinted. Oh yeah, and a quick side note: if I do tint over tint, I also tell them that there is no warranty guaranteed, because I tell them that window film is designed to stick to glass, not to film. It's not if it's gonna peel, but when it's gonna peel. That's exactly my spiel. And if they still want to go for it, full disclosure, let's get going. If they want to dance with the devil, it ain't my fault. It is what it is. Jaybird, you asked about shifting windows. Already answered that. Been having a tough time shrinking tint. I have watched a lot of videos, but no one talks about temps for shrinking or heat guns that work well for shrinking. And this question was for Mr. Electron 62. He said, okay, so realistically, in regards to a heat gun, I used the Wagner heat gun, and the cheapest Wagner heat gun, like that gun cost $24. Like it's like the cheapest thing online, and the air push is not that much. I know it's like 1100 degrees on high, and then 800 or 900 degrees on low. And I have my old heat gun. Hold on. I have my old heat gun over here, but I'm wearing pajama pants, and I'm not trying to stand up on this chair in front of this camera, because I don't want to be like taken off for like really indecent exposure. So let me see here. What you really want to do, the heat is not really the problem. Whether it's 900 degrees, 1200 degrees, 1400 degrees, you're just kind of trying to find a good range. You know what I mean? If you're burning film and it's burning in 2 seconds, put the heat gun away. And if it's not shrinking as fast as you like, then bring it closer. And then you just got to know that there is a point that the too close is too close. It's the same thing when people use blowtorches to shrink windows. People get intimidated about using a blowtorch. You shouldn't. It's the same thing. It's heat. It's all it is. It just looks scarier. But it's the same thing. You just have to find. I would just always throw mine on high. Whatever you do, just make sure it's consistent. Like you can't throw the temp on high and full blast with full fan and then be at a certain distance and then all of a sudden change it to low with low, because then if it's low, then you got to get closer, obviously, because it's not as hot, right? So whatever you do, just be consistent of it. Always keep it high, always keep it at the same temperature. The most important thing, and one of the funnest things you want to do, not funnest, but one of the major factors with a good heat gun is not how hot it can get, but how much air can it push. And I forget what they call that. There's a term for that. I don't know what it is. The Wagner heat guns, they don't push a lot of air, but it's also a $24 gun. Heat gun, I should say. I should clarify, because I don't want to get into that. But I did use a Black & Decker heat gun before, and that thing pushed air, and I was able to shrink a lot faster. And then there's the Maketas, I don't know. You spend more. Just don't. My buddy Robert goes to Harbor Freight and gets the $10 heat guns. Oh my God, it's I want to strangle him every time he tells me this because it's the worst. It's the worst. That $10 heat gun at Harbor Freight, don't buy it. The only thing you should buy from Harbor Freight is the red stools, the red sit-down stools. Those last you about a year. Unless you're 300 pounds, then it's probably going to last you a week. But yeah, spend good money on a heat gun, 50, 60, 100 bucks. I've heard people spend up around that, and it's worth your money. I've never done it. I just I'll just buy another $24 heat gun. But if you want to tint faster, then go with a better heat gun. But your question was, you're having a tough time shrinking. Those will be a little bit better. Make sure you stay on the same heat, the same consistency, and then you'll get a good distance. And I've done a rag, like I'll take a rag, a microfiber towel, and fold it about 3 or 4 times and just use that. That's really, really soft. You can kind of go over the film. If you use a hard card, guarantee you're going to crease the film. Guarantee 100%. And if you use a Mac Tack, chances are a little bit less because obviously clearly it's not as hard, but you can still crease it. And then I tell people to use the folded microfiber towel. If they're having some real trouble, you can heat the area, watch it like melt down and get just right, and then take the towel over. You can even go in circular motions because it's fluffy. It doesn't put a lot of pressure on the film, so it's really, really hard to crease it that way. Try that. Check the videos on Facebook. Let me see if I have one. Let me see. Hold on. This is going to be helpful for you guys for sure. I'm trying to pull the videos up. Screen share, bam. All right, I'm trying to pull a video up because I'm pretty sure I did a video on this. These are some of the videos that I have. The videos that are on window tinting business. This is the Facebook group. If you guys haven't been a part of it, like, join it. It's awesome. And then you guys, and then from here you can go to, this is where it starts, and then you can go down to videos right here, and then you have access to all the videos I've done. This one is actually pretty popular. I did this video about pulling sweeps. Like, there's a lot of people talking about it right now, which is kind of nice. But I had a shrinking video. I thought I did. Where are you? This one's a really good one. Rick Coslow. Rick Coslow, he's a trainer for 3M now. But at the time, I don't know if he was Mr. Coslow at the time. I joke with him. I call him Mr. Coslow now because he works for 3M and he's all corporate now. But he's he's a god of paint protection. He's phenomenal. And this is when I just started doing live streams. Like this is like a $3,000 setup. Like what I was doing in that live stream up there was like an iPhone and a pair of headphones. So it's much better now. So I'd really love to get him back on because actually that live stream, I couldn't hear him at all. I was in Virginia doing PPF training at the time actually, and it was not so good. I'm sorry. I thought I had a video for shrinking with a towel, but I can't find it. So I do apologize. So yeah. Sorry, I can't find it. Let's go back on. More questions. Sorry, I digress. More questions. Okay, the Purple Platypus podcast says, I posted on your forum about baby powder versus dryer sheets, and I got to say, there was so much support, even 2 people filmed themselves shrinking to help me. Yes. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of good groups out there. Window Tinters United, Film Pros, Tinternet with my buddy Matt, and then Window Tinting Business, of course. I personally manage the Window Tinting Business group. I have another admin and another moderator. Actually, Mike Powell is a moderator, so yeah, hit him up. But I like to keep it positive. That's the whole point of this channel. That's the whole point of me doing all this stuff, is because it all started because someone wouldn't show me how to tint. That was it. And then I got annoyed. So I ended up like figuring out how to tint and then being really awesome at it. I mean, stupid awesome at it. Like I haven't, like October. This is it. This is like, this right here is like 3 years. This is my 3rd year tinting. Like this is the final. This is the end of 3 years. So, but I just happen to be really, really good at it. And I like to like prove people wrong. And I like to, that's why this channel got started, because I want to help people that want to get better, because this industry is a game changer. And if you can figure it out, if you can learn how to tint and run a business, your life is going to be so much better. I've made more money in window tinting than I've ever made in my life doing all kinds of other stuff. All kinds of other stuff. Oh, let me run through. Sorry, I gotta go. Let me keep running through these questions. I do apologize. Mike Powell said, I hadn't deleted it, but I keep seeing them gone. I think JWoww and Mike Powell, I think if you comment too much, I think YouTube automatically stops that. Let me see here. I think they automatically do that because they think you're spamming or you're trolling. I don't know. Not 100%. Someone asked, so the scrub it replaces steel wool? No, it's just a more aggressive than the white pad, but it's not steel wool. It's a proprietary blend. Whatever these pads are, I'm pretty sure, I'm 98% sure they're proprietary to Tri-Edge, but they're just more aggressive than the white pads. The white pads are good, but these are more aggressive. All right, good question here. Mike Powell says, I've been seeing many talk about the red line getting burrs and leaving spots of water behind. What is your technique and what do you use to resharpen or smooth? Sandpaper, smooth it, etc. I believe you can use the smooth it. I haven't personally tried it yet. So here's the thing, and here's where people are getting burrs. So I guess one thing that people are saying is that when they're using the red line, they're getting a nick in here, and then obviously when you leave a nick, it's not flat. So if it's flat, it's flat, right? But if there's like, how do I explain it? Hold on. So there's a straight line, and then there's a straight line with a nick, okay? Bam, look, let's get real crazy here, okay? So here's a brand new one that looks good, straight, and then bam, you got a nick in it. So because of that little nick, obviously the water that's passing through here is not going to get squeegeed out, right? So how do you get that? How do you smooth it out? You could use a smooth it. You can use a hard card slitter. I've seen people do that, like where there's two sides, the hard card slitter, and you just like shave off one side, like so that you can put harder, bigger cards on there. But realistically, is when you're squeegeeing, what people are doing and why they're getting burrs in it is because when they're squeegeeing to the side, they're slamming it into the end, right? And what's at the end? Most of the time, it's the connector to the defrosters, and it's just a metal clip. So, or especially if you're going to do it like in an SUV, a back window SUV. So just be careful. Once you get to the end, kind of slow down a little bit. Don't get crazy, because if you're hitting that with enough pressure to nick this is hard. I mean, this thing is hard. So if you're hitting it with enough pressure to nick this, what kind of damage could you do to that defroster line? Think about that for a second. And those defrosters, for those of you guys who have worked on other cars with those defrosters, and the older ones, sometimes guess what? They pop off. That happens. That happens. You know, some of us like super glue them back on and pretend that never happened, but they do pop off. So just be careful in if you need to, and if you're nicking it that much, squeegee all the way to the end, and then just lighten up your touch at the very end, right at the edge. Try that, and you probably won't nick your stuff, and it'll last a little bit longer. Just Ride says, tips on quarter windows. I hate Accords and Corollas. I usually use plotters, but if I need to, hand cut it, and like a 1/16, like tiny, just slightly bigger, so that you don't have to tuck as much, because those are a pain in the butt. really flush them out really well. Use your blade, use a red dot, and really like scrape the edges. And I'm not one to kind of trim out the plastic or the rubber. I don't like trimming out the rubber, but I use the blade to get on the glass to be able to get behind the rubber. That's what I like to use. And just take your time. It's not a race. It's not a race. It's not a race. Speed is a byproduct of repetition and time. The more you do it, the longer you do it, you're going to get faster and faster and faster of that. Write that down, put it on a t-shirt, put my name on it. Best software for plotter, been using 2020. When I use a plotter, has been really way off, a lot on patterns. I have not heard anything good about Tint-tech 2020. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to like talk down about anyone or anything. I'm just being very honest that I've heard Tint-tech. I even saw today, Tint-tech's 2020 is pretty much garbage. I saw that the someone put a picture up where the edge of the film, it was a front windshield, the edge of the film was like 2 inches off, and the cutout for the rear window or the mirror was like 1 inch on each side. It was I've not heard one good thing about Tint-tech 2020 from anyone. I use precision cut from Lumar, that's good. And I've used film and vinyl design. I tried to talk to them for certifiedtinter.com, but it's kind of hard to work because we're working with a number of different manufacturers and tool suppliers and things like that, because I want to be able to give our members benefits, discounts on this, discounts on that, and it's going to help offset the monthly membership, I believe. And we're going to be super affordable. We're going to be like $24.99, $25 a month or something like that. But we want to be able to get everyone in. And for those cats that have been tinting, that's why we're going to be doing other things for people that aren't just learning, like other value enhancements, so that not only are you going to be able to get the benefit from the learning library as well, but our relationships with other manufacturers and distributors and other businesses. So, yeah. What's up from Bakersfield? Cats Auto Tint. What's up, Daniel? What's up? What's up? I bought one from Snap-on, the best I've used, $100. Good airflow, not so dry in heat like the Wagner. He's talking about the heat guns. Snap-on's a good product. Snap-on's a very good product. Damn it, Robert. Porter cable heat gun. Ugh. Let's see. Rod's Tint Shop window tinting. Don't know if anyone knows about Tesla's 3 windshield issue tinting it. Did I do a 3? I think I did a Model S recently. I don't think I've done a Model 3's windshield. I've done everything else on the Model 3 except for the windshield. You do need to have a soak shield. For the love of God, get a soak shield, or else don't do Teslas, because you're begging to get in trouble. For I don't know how much these cost. I think it's $35 a rope, whatever. I have a few that I've had for over a year, and obviously it's time to buy more. But like, they just save you. It's either spend $35 on a rope or spend $3,000 to fix electronics that you destroyed. Because I've watched some of your guys' videos tinting front windshields, and you guys put like a gallon of water in there. Some of y'all need it. So, I haven't heard anything. I do know that the glass breaks. So for you guys if you guys do a Tesla Model 3 and it breaks, tell them to call Tesla. Tesla knows about the problem. The car has major flex in the car, but the glass doesn't flex as much. It's an issue that they know about, and I'm sure they're rectifying. But if the glass breaks, call Tesla. They'll fix it for free. Yeah. You heat film or shrink always on the outside. Yes, you do, Daniel. Yes, always on the outside. You install it on the inside. White cotton glove. White cotton glove is good for shrinking. Yep, that will help too. Scooter Gang. Mike Powell. Tropical shade tinting. The windshield space using 2020. That was me. Oh, see, it was you. Oh, Austin. So Tropical Shade knows what I'm talking about. Tint-tech 2020. Film Film and vinyl design. I never had a problem with them. Granted, though, it's hard to do front windshields, I think. I never did front windshields for film and vinyl design. I just usually hand cut them. Purple Platypus says, how do you combat side mirrors that are non-removable that are in the way when trimming side windows? What I would do is I would probably, if I had a mirror that's in the way and I cannot, you have to be able to get to it a little bit. What I would do is I would get to it as best as I can and cut at least just like an inch or two on the side. It might not be big, it might be low, just enough where you can get some sort of a straight line, like a little bit of a straight line. And then that way you can take that film, put it on a peel board and put a straight edge and then finish that line off. So you just need a little bit just to know where it is, because don't forget, on the sides you're cutting 1/4 of an inch, right? You're cutting you shifted 1/4 of an inch, right? So that you get 1/8 of an inch on both sides. So the cuts on the bottom and on the sides don't have to be beautiful. They don't even have to be parallel. It could be off a little bit, as long as it's all hidden. It doesn't matter. So just do a little bit of a cut, finish it off on a peel board or some flat glass with a straight edge. That'll help you out for sure. Sean, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it. How did they use that misting trick at the Tint-off? Misting the air, game changer. I saw it with spray bottles. I saw it with their pressure tanks. Basically, before they pull the liner off, they spray the air above them so that it trickles down and catches all the dust, and then they pull the liner and go. If you guys haven't tried that, try it out. It was a pretty awesome trick. Black Sharpie by mirror, better straight line. Jaybird. You know who does black Sharpies? Someone else. I don't want to say their name, but I guess black Sharpie. For that case, I guess a black Sharpie would help. Or gray Sharpie. Silver. Just don't use a Sharpie to hand cut the window or hand etch the window and then go over to a flat board and then cut it with a blade. Don't do that, please. Be a real tinter and use your blade. Don't be afraid. Learn how to use your blade. Okay, guys, I think we're nearing the end of it. Oh gosh, we've been on for almost an hour and a half. Lord Almighty, it's almost 11 o'clock. Mike, we'll talk soon. I got to go to bed. I got to be up at 4:45. For those of you guys, like I said, I'm going to be talking about the Reach. And let me switch over back here. Really, really awesome live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Switch back over here. I hope you guys enjoyed the time here. Way longer than we were supposed to be. I'm like, nah. Another 23 minutes or so long, but again, we're gonna be doing these live streams every week now. We're gonna be doing them every Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's gonna be the new bit. That is what it is. So yes, again, thank you very much. Thank you very much to everyone that showed up again. Thank you very much to CertifiedTinter.com for being part sponsor of this feed, and also to Soak Shield as well. Oh wow, y'all got him. I'm trying to close out. Big shout out to Tropical Shade Tinting with the $5 super chat. Definitely appreciate that. That's definitely awesome on you. I didn't even mention that. I should have mentioned that earlier too. I was supposed to explain about super chat, but yes, that's it. That's me for this weekend. We're gonna be doing talking about the Reach next week, and keep an eye out for the notifications, or just check my live stream events. It's I'll probably have it up by Sunday or Monday, and then we're gonna be going again Tuesday next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you very much again, everyone that joined and participated. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notifications. Sometimes YouTube will notify you, sometimes they won't. And that's pretty much it tonight. I really appreciate it. Again, Tropical Shade Tinting, thanks again for the $5 donation. And I guess we'll talk soon, y'all. This has been really fun. We'll talk soon.